Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, So No Worries. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another banger video because we've got a really important topic to cover in this video because it's featuring TV writer Chad Saunders. I don't know if any of y'all have been seeing his videos on Instagram. He's really been going viral with his takes on the film and TV industry, basically Hollywood. And so he's talking about his experience with Spike Lee. He was supposed to basically produce a TV show with Spike Lee, and he's basically lamenting his experience with Spike Lee didn't go as he'd imagined. As a lot of us who want to work or have worked in Hollywood, we have experienced working with our heroes in a way that wasn't necessarily the one we expected or would have liked. And so Chad drops the insight on working with Spike Lee, and we've got to hear what he's got to say, y'all. Now let's go to the theater.
Spike Lee on December 23rd in a panic, 2 days before Christmas, because we had received an offer for my show from BET, and Spike was written into the contract offer as an executive producer, just as he was supposed to be. But Spike and his team had not yet replied to the offer. They had not begun the negotiation, and I was getting scared that BET was going to walk away from the deal. So I called Spike from Wheaton Mall in Silver Spring, Maryland, or I guess in Wheaton, Maryland, to be like, yo, can you please reply to the offer? Like, I'm scared this thing's going to go away and I'm running out of money. I was at Wheaton Mall because I was finally going to have some money from this deal so I could go buy last second Christmas gifts. And what Spike said to me there on the phone was very eye-opening for me. He said, I cannot do this deal. I'm not messing up my quotes for BET. Now, why was that eye-opening for me? Because it removed the delusion that I was holding on to this entire time, that my relationship with Spike was somehow bigger than a business deal, that he was some sort of mentor or guide or shepherd for me that was going to be with me through my entire career. He didn't know me that, and he was pretty clear with me that that was not the case. And yet, I was holding on to that for my own confidence, for my own self-esteem in the journey. And so when Spike walked away, and this is to let you in on how these deals get done, the writer and the producers do their own deals with the network. They're separate. They have no responsibility to each other to help each other in those negotiations because they're all feeding out of the same trough. So in a way, me and Spike were negotiating against each other. So he walks away. I end up holding on and doing the deal at a pretty low ball offer. The show never goes, which was crushing for my confidence, but I learned this important lesson that this industry is a single player game, which is why the relationship you have with yourself is so important. That's where your confidence comes from. All this kissing and hugging that these Hollywood people do in their pictures, that's marketing.
It's fake. It's all fake.
All this, it's such an honor to work with so-and-so and such a privilege. And that person's like a big sister or a big brother to me. People literally will say they raised you in this industry. That's marketing. This is a single player game, and to survive in it, let alone to thrive in it, you must have confidence.
Woo! Ooh. Whoa. Now, if that doesn't give you some insight, I don't know what else will. If you're a filmmaker or you're someone who wants to work in Hollywood or any industry for a matter of fact, that insight is paramount because his experience is not necessarily unique. I always say this. I always say sometimes in your life story, you seek out your heroes. You want to meet your heroes. You're inspired. You want to work with them. You want to basically make meaningful relationships with them so that you can grow your career, just like in Chad Saunders' case. Imagine getting to work with Spike Lee on a TV show. Like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you're going to be on a high because it's Spike Lee. He's goated. He's the top 10 film director of all time. And so you can only imagine having Spike Lee as someone who you see as your mentor, someone who you see as a person who can get you through the pearly gates of Hollywood. Basically, drop the ball. Basically, y'all working together, doing your passes, your three-man weaves, y'all collaborating and coordinating, and all of a sudden, when it comes time to sign on that dotted line, Spike Lee's penmanship ain't there. Or your hero's penmanship ain't there. So I always say, when you meet your heroes sometimes in your story, they oftentimes are the villains. They appear as heroes, as people like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to work with them. Oh man, everybody gets pumped up. Everybody, oh, this person is following me. This person likes my post. This person thinks I'm great. And then when you actually work with them, you find out you're competing with them. As he said, you're literally competing with the people who you assume or think are going to have your best interest at hand. And so in Chad's case, he basically says, hey, I needed Spike Lee to drop the ball, so I didn't think Spike Lee was going to be there to babysit me essentially through my journey into Hollywood, into navigating the industry. Spike Lee is like, I got to take care of myself. I got to make sure my reputation and my business deals with BET or any other, entertainment corporation is sound. And if the deal doesn't seem like it's in my best interest as Spike Lee, I really don't care if I hurt your feelings as a smaller, younger TV writer. Not that I want to hurt your feelings, but at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world in Hollywood. Straight up. And so if you don't understand that going into it, you can get your feelings hurt working with people in the industry who you look up to, who you're inspired by. I did a previous video, y'all can go check it out, on Issa Rae and Kevin Hart's conversation, where Kevin Hart is telling Issa Rae, why don't you hit me up? My phone number is always available, and you can reach out to anybody and tap into your resources and tap into your network and reach out to people. And Issa's sitting there like, don't nobody. I've been hitting people up. People, I'll text you, Kevin. You didn't text me back. But now you're sitting here in my face saying, hey, I got an open line. And so we see even people who have made success in Hollywood, who have become successful producers, TV writers, directors, oftentimes are also gatekept by the people within the industry because it's so competitive. And so we've got to understand here that, like, you cannot go into these high earning, profitable industries and assume that it's not going to be snakes, sharks, and all different types of animals ready to eat your dinner, ready to come and devour whatever you've done or drop you like a hot potato and just move away from you completely. And so it's unfortunate. But if you don't learn, like Chad said, the confidence in yourself to be able to manage the expectations that you perceive that other people should have in terms of working with you, helping you throughout your career, helping you navigate pitfalls and obstacles that you are like just sitting there like, how do I get through this? How do I work through this? Sometimes you got to do it on your own. You got to pull your own self up by your own bootstraps. Even when you ain't got boots, sometimes you got to theoretically pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Mentally pull yourself up. Because a lot of these big game players, and this is for all industries. This isn't just Hollywood. You can work in the tech industry. You'll have people who you work with at certain jobs. You're performing well in certain roles. You'll try to get a recommendation, or you'll try to see if you can move up, and they'll play you. And you'll be sitting there thinking like, damn, I looked up to this person, or I connected with this person, or I had lunch with this person, or I had coffee with this person. And now all of a sudden they don't want to respond back to me. They don't answer my emails, my text messages, my calls. It's unfortunate, but that's the nature of the game. It's politics. It's straight up politics. And so, I really hope all of the people out there who are creatives, especially in the filmmaking industry, understand in today's landscape, in today's time, it's none of this whole collective community collaboration stuff where everybody, like back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, would take off a Saturday or a whole weekend to go and produce and work on a film or TV project and basically sacrifice their rates, work for free, work for far less than, like in Chad's case, basically sign deals for far less than they know they're worth or what it's worth. You got to get it out the mud. You have to get it out the mud. Because oftentimes people won't be there to help you. So my advice is have that internal fortitude, have that balance within yourself, not to be swayed either way. If Spike Lee helps me, great. If he doesn't, great. Because sometimes you'll see these people at the top and they'll regret severely that they didn't help you. And you can oftentimes use that as fuel to greenlight your next project. If basically Chad, he is greenlit in terms of a Emmy award-winning TV show, I bet you Spike Lee will take his calls. I bet you Spike Lee will start signing on the dotted line. But Chad has yet to prove himself in a world in which numbers mean the most. Revenue means the most. Profitability means the most. And so if you subscribe or follow his page on Instagram, you can learn a lot of game, a lot of game about the film and TV industry. And so I just wanted to bring this to you, and I wanted to have a conversation with you guys because I think this is important. I think if we don't understand as small up and coming creators, emerging creators, that there is not going to be any hand holding. This is Hollywood and the entertainment industry, whether you're an influencer or a filmmaker, is not a daycare. It's not a place where people are supposed to babysit you and help coddle you and help build you up so that you can become the biggest, brightest star. Why would they even do that? That energy is often reserved personally for the individuals and their own specific teams. And so even Spike Lee, he kind of played Chad. He was like, yeah, man, I'm not signing. Yeah, you know, I know we worked together. I know we produced this. I know you written on it. I know it would be a good look for your career. I know it would help you grow. I know this cosign would do amazing things for you. And Spike Lee was like, I can't mess up my deal with BT. I can't mess up my quotes. And I think when Spike Lee was saying that, he's basically saying, I can't mess up any sort of leverage or any sort of future productions by working with you. I can't tap into BET's allocation and essentially eat it all up by working with you. His people basically said, hey, this is not a great deal. And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So you have to have the internal fortitude not to be swayed. Because once again, sometimes in your story, the heroes that you imagine to come in and save you like Superman, come in and do heroic, miraculous things on your behalf, put out fires and get you connections. That's not realistic. Only in the movies, actually. So, look, I just wanted to bring this to you guys because I thought it was an important conversation. I appreciate you if you've been able to watch this video up to this point. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. We're growing here on this channel. You see the new setup. I'm trying to get my layouts all nice and tidy. And so, yeah, we're going to keep building. We're going to keep growing because that's what we do. We help each other as small creatives and emerging creatives get to the top. We work as a village, as a community. It'll be a lot easier for us to elevate than we're all trying to fight each other. So please, hey, drop your channels down in the comments. I'd love to follow you guys and support your guys' channel as you guys have been doing for me. It means so much. And so we will be back with another banger video shortly. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, and so no worries.